啊。宝贝儿。直播的话，现在就应该开了。啊，不知啥呀 ？Offline？ 一直睡个好，早上好，宝贝儿，这关了，这属于啥直播事故？哦，又回来了，哎，又没有回来。这显示 offline， 宝儿还以为睡了，我爬起来了。啊，这咋了？刷新一下吧。啊，我就刷新了一下，就变就广告了。还是他刚刚一直都是 offline， 我只是没有刷新而已。那就是没有刷新吗？我错了。啊，并没有开 ，Never mind。Please stand by。很第一嘛？我很第一，确实。大宝贝早安，我上来就说个晚安。好的，早上、中午、晚上好。哇，我可能把这名字说 Jeremy， 欢迎变成梦游魂，可乐记得加冰，爱我记得走心。哎，声音不会太大吧？就是现在的直播声音，还有我的声音，这搭配的应该可以吧？好嘞，这是第159期开发者直播，因为疫情的原因，只能待在家里边。是的，这个 Omicron 现在有点离谱。
Yeah, how do we start after this is the first time we've seen everyone since New War?
安然，
安安，
我的宝贝儿们，可以跟我说个宝贝儿晚安吗？宝贝儿晚安。可以走肾吗？也不是不行。
Because I haven't run a home dev stream in months, and it's going to be an absolute jank fest of me misclicking. So just putting that out there now. I have a sealed.
You have a cider. You have a cider just in case.
This is to calm me down when I inevitably lose my mind because I've made so many mistakes. But that's also just yeah. Welcome to DevStream 159. There will be spoilers on this dev stream. We're gonna just kind of chat and loosely structure everyone watching through.
那看看有啥能出的吧。
What comes after the new war? But we really want to take some time to talk about the new war, which inevitably has spoilers. I will be.
他们说他们会谈一谈 New War 新世之战之后的东西，但是也会谈一谈新世之战。如果谈新世之战的话，就跟我一样在睡。
Highly recommend you just turn this off and go do that.
没有看过《新世之战》的宝贝们，一定要小心了啊！小心了，这个包含暴雷和剧透。
You guys can tell me how you feel that the new war is out. Say hi. What's up?
啊，我把它弄到全屏了。对不起，这是我的，我忘了。
Yes. How do you feel?
It's weird. Like it feels like it was forever ago.
谢了，
Yeah, it's been like forever.
刚
It feels like a
好
long time ago.
It's barely
吐
been
些
over
东
a
西。
month.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, I guess more than barely, a month and a half.
Yeah, what day did it come out?
December 15th, 2021.
Isn't it so weird that you're fixated on a date for what it feels like,
Mhm.
you know, half a year? You're looking at a date, and then that date
这是
passes.
158期吧？是159期
Now
吗
what?
Yeah.
Now what?
Oh,
man.
Oh, we know what.
So like how we're going
算了，一会儿
full
再修。
spoil, right? There's no
We
we're not holding
are.
back.
我记成158期，
Because I
We
don't want to
我
talk
特意
about
打了个158期。
Oh my god. Okay, I actually am not bringing that last scene up directly, but I will say, if we're gonna get into things, I do have some housekeeping to go through. I didn't know if you guys wanted to, like, kick things off with anything, but if not, we'll just jump into housekeeping and yeah. Unless you have anything to add before that. Really,
in the house.
let's clean that house. Okay. Right, so you will recall that I'm doing this from home, and it has been a long time since I've done this. So as I click through stuff, let me know if you can see things or if audio seems not what you would want. Levels, perhaps, I don't know. Anywho, housekeeping.
Seems like I haven't seen a lot from people so far. They seem to like it.
Yep.
That's very good. The first, of course, and most important thing is there is spoiler warning for the stream. So
那又是一个剧透警告。
There will be spoilers for the new war ahead today. So yeah, you saw it in the Reb's audio's bad. What? My mic's choppy.
You feel distorted.
I know what it is.
You're loud.
This should be a lot better. This, in theory, is better. Chat can let me know. I'm depending on you. Please. Please. Yes. Saved. Reb. Better? Much better? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I told you this would be.
You just had to go through the process.
The distortion on? I'm just curious what was different.
I was using my webcam mic.
他们这瞎聊
actual mic I paid money for to sound better. So. There you go.
All right, cool.
What was it for your death metal side project? It was for something else.
I know.
连妈说她
So anyway,
新麦克
also, of
风
course, that Twitch drops today.
花钱了，所以听起来更性感了，跟我一样的。
A random one, so you know, just make sure your account's linked, get ready to claim. A galvanized mod could be yours. You just gotta watch.
今天的奖励是一个
Then of course,
galvanized
after
mod，
the
是那
stream,
个
we're
镀
gonna
层
put the Lotus alerts up. So if you're playing all
谢
platforms,
的
you'll be able to run an alert.
黑卡某张随便一张。那么今天估计1个小时以后，或者准确来说54分钟以后，会有一个蓝图轴，蓝图还有一个武器方向盘的蓝图。
We are changing the way our community streams are being broadcast. So this is something that if you watched, you know, our Xbox One at 1 or what is now Xbox at 1 because of course the Series X came out, we're actually consolidating all of our community streams into one stream weekly now. So
每周的社区直播现在将会被结合成每周成一个，然后它的那个直播时间会变长。 不出意外，不是不出意外，它的那个直播观看奖励的那个要求观看时间也会变长，从30分钟变成1个小时，如果没记错的话。对，第一之前出了一波公告。
Oh,
Yeah.
my endurance level. I see.
I just think it's great. I think combining streams is always a good thing. So.
他写最多数量2是啥意思？
That was my takeaway. Yeah.
galvanized mod 你可以获得2个吗？
The urinals over at the Air Canada Center.
Oh my god. Actually, it's no longer the Air Canada Center.
Oh, right, Scotiabank.
Scotiabank. All right. We also actually have some early news on TennoCon, and that is that TennoCon
2022年的 TennoCon
is going to be a digital event this year.
依旧是一个数码版的。
As you can see, it's January and we're back at home.
所以说它还是一个直播类型的
Planning a convention when we can't even be in the office
任务
together is wise.
直播类型的活动。
We're just ripping the band-aid off and making the decision that TennoCon is digital. So this is, you know, a little bit of a heartbreaker. So maybe I'll crack open my cider just to get myself through this. But
干这就喝上了嘛。
what?
I won the bet. I said she'd drink. Yeah. I said Scott and I did a side bet before. We're like, will she actually drink a sip of that cider?
Well, there you
Jeff
go.
跟那个 Scott 做了个打赌，说他 Rebecca 今天会喝一口，那么喝一口就只是喝酒。显然他们其中有人赢了。
For this event, it's simply going to be difficult. There's that.
Sucks, but we'll still make it special.
Yes.
Very,
We will.
very special.
We will.
We'll
Shame,
pour
but
our heart
understandable.
and our soul into it.
Yes. All of it will be there, raw and soulful. We also have a very exciting thing to kick off the year, which is a survey. I can see chat going bonkers with exclamation mark survey because that is
今天有一个调研。
exclamation mark survey. A survey is like something you fill out if you want to give your opinion or
Participate in things for sure.
可以填一个调研吗？
Missed the Sheldon joke there for a minute there.
What was the joke?
Well,
That's fine.
Baiting chat.
Oh, he was definitely.
Oh,
no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Survey.
I was so excited for this. So what is
我也
the
搞
survey?
一个试试。
The survey is a community survey, and we actually we partnered with 2 members of the community that just kind of have been doing awesome surveys anyway. So we have an official survey where players can kind of what did they think about 2021, what do they want to see for 2022, and other
就是2021年他们觉得怎么样，2022年他们想看见啥。
results with the community once we've had a chance to go through them and organize them with our, you know.
2022年我想看到我奶中的 Prime， 到时候我就不会被打脸了。
Yeah, people think they might switch background. I did hear a hiccup when you were talking, but.
It did. It did. Hold on.
Take another drink. You gotta drink every time it switches.
Let me get.
这啥呀？
Is the fate of Teshin in the survey? I kind of wonder what people where he ended up.
很久没出 Prime
My
了，
experience
竞争
is you
Prime
just always pick C.
啊
Really?
Yeah.
It's
确
not
实
a quiz. It's a survey.
Oh right.
啊，对，这次不是一个考试啊，估计在我眼里跟个那个线上考试一样。
You have
Not
to
the same
say,
thing.
it's not a quiz. We're not grading you, or should we?
怎么是今天呀？今天直播啊，所以我
Maybe
就
it is a quiz.
转播
Don't
了。
fail it for us.
但说实话，从目前来看，他们
It is grading us.
So
Yeah.
it is a
我
quiz.
现在有点困啊，从床刚爬起来，他们啥消息都没说出来。
It's available in English. It's available through Google Form. Everything you'll need is in.
他们废话好多。
Exclamation mark survey link. So just pop that around.
I'm
But
gonna just pop in there. I gotta take a look.
yeah,
Yo
you can do
there.
the survey while we're.
You do it right here. Yeah, that's.
Why don't you do it? Yeah, there you go. You can grade the game. Go have fun. We also are, rather than doing a whole bunch of stats on stream, we're doing what we did last year, whereas we just dump the sort of aggregate stats of 2021 in a friendly link for you to check out. So if you do exclamation mark stats,
2021
you can
年
take
的
a
一些
look
数
at
据
how
也变成
the
了
community at large played Warfare
网站
for
形
days.
式。
How much did they use it? Go wild! Exclamation mark stats. This is a lot of housekeeping. I am very sorry, but
That's really cool though. I like it. I like that we're making use of the exclamation point. It's great.
I know this is like the one chance you had to contribute. And
I know you should
拿
have
包
told
薯
me.
片看，现在哎，薯片被我吃完了。
To be useful.
That's the one thing. It was my one chance, Rab.
I know. I'm so sorry,
Oh.
but
他们直播都很妥实
if。you do exclamation mark truck, Scott will tell us how his truck is doing. So if you can.
Oh, not the shame stream.
I did see some chat about Scott's truck already when we kicked off. So
Yeah. See, there's
definitely
progress. There's progress.
people are excited.
Scott
about
在
it.
介绍他
More rusty
的
parts on it.
性感卡车。
Interesting. Is that a metaphor?
Let's hope not.
No.
Oh no. Just like for life. All right.
Yikes.
So we have our exclamation mark stats, exclamation mark survey. Now we also have a little bit more housekeeping. Firstly, the Tenogen news. As
Oh,
you
Tenogen
you're
的
waiting
消
for
息。
Tenogen round 21. We'll have details on that later in the stream. But if you are actively making more Tenogen, round 22 has a deadline. So we're going to release round 22 pretty
Tenogen 有
get
的
it all out of the
截止
way.
时间。
And then we're going to open the gates for the next round. So March 7th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time is when Tennogen artists who want to be
3月7号
can submit their work
是最新一波 Tennogen 的截止时间。
So there is a deadline that'll be posted.
说这个感觉没有人会在意，那有人会在意了，只是感觉大部分人都不会在意。
We also have follower emotes now. Twitch released follower emotes. So we've never had emotes for our channel. We don't have a subscription.
Twitch 现在有
because followers
订阅表情包
are actually eligible for them, which means that Charlie on our team, who's an amazing artist, made 5 little Warframe emotes. So feel free to spam them now so we can see how cute they are. You got a little yeah, they're super cute.
这就看看。
That's cool. I haven't seen those.
Yes. Very, very, very cute. So it's, you know, follower emotes are here. Very exciting.
就这些是吧
I think you can only use them on our
Wow.
and you need to follow
Hype,
them.
love, and
Everyone timed out.
No.
太快了，懒得看了。
Yes, you did.
How would I do that?
It's all like, oh,
Paul
so
is very angry at the spam.
Oh shit. Alright, I didn't do nothing. Oh god.
Sorry.
I'm drinking more cider.
We like it, the bot didn't.
Yeah. A
Don't worry.
nice mix of emotes and exclamation point survey and exclamation point. What was the other one? Stats.
Look, he's
Stats.
trying to do it. He's
Rock.
trying to do it.
Bot
Yeah,
is the best so far.
And in an exciting way to kick off the year, we have also reopened our semi-public test cluster today. So we had a forum up yesterday, and we wanted to get, or 2 days ago rather, to get everyone geared up to potentially hit the semi-public test cluster with something that we'll be talking about today. When it comes to what's next.
第一又重新开
Lots
了
to go through today. Thanks for sitting through my
测试版
housekeeping.
真正的那我虽然有的时候会把直播那个上面写着测试版直播啊，在第一时间开了测试服务。
To what?
Cider chug and platinum prize. Go.
Yep.
Yeah.
我忘了报名，不过我估计也报不
While
上。
it rolls.
This is some weird inversion. Like
I know,
I'm
you
just-
I know, right?
第一好喜欢闲聊水时长，
Yeah, I have
老第
ginger
一
ale.
了，跟我一样。
Get on my
Stop
level,
drinking.
boys. All right, the winner is Goody XP. You have won 1,000 platinum Goody XP. Message our Twitch channel with your username, and we will hook you up with 1,000 platinum Goody XP. That is the Twitch prize winner for our first platinum prize of 2022.
Nice. GG.
Goody. That could be a good wordle. Goody. You know, maybe one day it'll.
No,
Don't give them any ideas, sorry.
All right.
do this now. Oh,
All right,
no.
sorry.
Wordle jokes.
No. Okay.
God.
So topical.
I am topical. This is a topical time. Oh.
那终于有新东西了吗？
Steve never does topical stuff.
Never.
No. Never.
Not one.
I actually, just as a spoiler for the stream, I have a little special icon. Steve, if you're watching the stream, when we get to your section, I drew you a little picture.
我窒息了，
I did. It's called.
我窒息了
And
呀
I should be watching
Oh.
Yeah.
that or
It's
the
my
videos?
little-
Oh.
Text stuff.
That's actually a pretty good representation of coder art. So
Isn't
I
it?
think that's yeah.
You're on your way.
Yeah.
This is really great.
Was that
I like
MS Paint?
Sure
the
was.
colors too. Like,
Yeah, you got the tools.
我窒息了。
Good to go.
that
Oh.
tea is really elegant.
It's not Paint. It's Paint Shop Pro.
No, that was paint. That was paint.
Wow.
Mine is
It's
Paint
not Pro yet.
1990.
Oh,
Steve had to work his way up to Paint Shop Pro though.
再
He didn't
次
start there.
提醒大家剧透警
I'm
告。
glad that I have a
That's
I have a
mine.
progression path. All right. The stream has officially begun to talk about dev stuff. We are going to be bucketing the stream into
I can
3.
see our user count just drop. Our viewer count. Oh,
连妈施法被打断，
the picture caused a
我
momentary.
闭眼发作了。
The algorithms didn't like that.
Listen here. That was great art. All right, focus. Here we go. The stream is going to have 3 parts.
okay,
more or less.
没事儿。
Part 1 is kind of the making of New War. There's going to be spoilers. It's going to be a little bit of looking back.
第
the
一阶段
actions and all that stuff.
是
The second
新
bucket
世
is
之
going
战
to
的
be
制作过程。
the next update, which is the post-New War sort of maintenance and feature update, where we have some things that players have been asking for a long time, and it's going to be pretty soon. You'll have full details on that update.
第二
including
部分
release date of the
是
stream.
新世之战之后的更新。
Last part of the stream, we're going to talk about the major update coming after the New War. So the big content drop for
第二部分
post-New
是
War,
新
what
世
that
之
looks
战
like. We have a
之后
name
的
for you and a
一
little
般
bit of
更新。
thematic,
第三部分是
screenshot
新世之战之后的重要更新。
So,
所以我们现在来
honestly,
第一阶段。
chat for the next hour or so, that's sort of going to be the progression path. We're going to talk New War spoilers. We're going to talk.
哦，那这个直播
Warframe
他们说
update
可能会稍微
release
久一点。
which is, you know, what you can look forward to, and then the major content drop. So, with that in mind.
That
晚安
is to
宝
be listened
晚安
to. Crossplay, cross save, crossplay, cross save, crossplay, cross save, crossplay. Well, we'll probably have to talk about that this year as well.
I have it in the. Which
Oh,
for
do you
some-
good?
Well, for some
OK，
reason
那
I
个
chose
平台联动
different
现在
colors
在
for
他
the sake of
在连妈
but,
的手里，
again, I'm a little
不是
rusty.
说在手里，
But
估
yeah,
计
we probably should
有
talk
什么
about
话在他
crossplay,
手里吧。
cross-save just to get this conversation in an official dev
In
stream
the tech
capacity.
stuff? Wouldn't that be in the tech stuff?
Oh yeah, we could talk about it in tech stuff.
We have a graphic.
We
We
have a
do.
graphic. All right.
That graphic, we better use that graphic.
I could make a quick graphic for how crossplay works too.
No, I don't know. But oh, feel free to send it to me, Sheldon. I'm sure it's going to be great. All right.
西红柿包复刻吧，求求了！西红柿包刷遗物我记得挺快的。
Let's go.
Yeah, and I would just want to say thanks everyone who played it and shared your thoughts.
我只是希望把西鲁斯侵占 bug 修好，修不好了，那么多 bug 的，那么多呢。想听第3段真是太晚了，没事宝贝儿，你可以睡一觉，起来之后再看。
Yeah, there was a lot of hard work and a lot of yeah, it was a bit of a compressed time period to do as much as was done there, and very grateful for everyone's contribution to it, and also grateful to our audience who have been waiting for quite some time to kind of
现在第一在感谢所有人。
and I'm really excited about, you know, the possibilities that opens up for the future. So thanks so much for playing, Tenno, and thanks DE for making it a reality.
Yeah, it's hard not to be emotional talking about it because it has been in development for so long, and now that it's finally out, and the work that the hundreds of people at DE that contributed was just. I don't know. I'll be chasing that feeling again, like for the rest of my life. I'm pretty sure it was so. And the community's reaction, it was wonderful. And the fact that the community were a part of it and cheered us on and shared their reactions with us. I'm kind of repeating you now for lack of a better vocabulary, but I just am so grateful that we're sitting here just over a month later, able to talk about it with our community. So I don't know if you guys have anything you want to add.
Yeah. No, I think you guys summed it up.
Excellent. Yeah. All right, let's get into a little bit of a act by act discussion of
the show. Actually, I don't think I got a preview of this. Oh, our friends, yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to.
这第一很感谢所有制作人啊，因为社区反馈其实是蛮好的。说实话，新是这样。
There's a lot going on in the stream, so I grabbed what I could to just kind of go act by act, because we discussed internally the idea that the New War was this 3-act quest, and then when we started talking about it publicly, a lot of players were like, wait, are we only getting 1 act, or are we only getting this? But now if you've played the New War, you'll be able to kind of parse that when we say 3 acts, Act 1 clearly had a beginning, middle, end, and then we got into Act 2, which we'll talk about, and then of course the finale. But I just wonder from your guys' point of view, you know, when you saw players going through and playing as Carl, Teshin, and Beso, did you feel like, I don't know, did you really find yourselves thinking like the risk paid off, and the work that went into those things just felt rewarding to watch players engage with?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was amazing to watch people. Like, I don't know, like, no, it was terrible.
连妈问了他们
really great.
第一章节或者不是说第一章节，观众反馈让他们觉得怎么样？ 或者让他们觉得满意吗？他们的回答是 yes。
As they were happening it was fantastic, and I think it, yeah, I don't think the team could have pulled it off better.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
总结就是他们觉得他们做的很棒。
Call, as I recall it, sorry for the pun. And as things were developing with Vico, I mean Viso's section, and with Teshin's, Sheldon was like, "Can we do a little snippet of all of them, you know, so we can kind of show, you know, sort of tease that kind of breadth of that."
Yeah, that wasn't stressful at all.
Initial part of the it was super chill, wasn't it? Because we got to.
It was yeah, totally.
But that was really important, I think, to show that the war was coming to everyone and not just are operating.
他们觉得很重要，因为这个新石之战是一个大规模的战争，就是说是每一个人的事情，而并非只是我们那个
I'm
Tenno。
really excited about it because it felt like a real change up, even for me playing the game and getting lost and just playing Call's mission and just laughing hysterically every time he talked about his.
是我的电脑在响吗？不是吧？
And chuckle. And I
不
just
是我电
love
脑在
that
响吗？
scene when the thumper comes out and they're all kind of going, and the Call's face is kind of like, yeah, they're my bros, you know, and telling his kind of story of you know, rejecting what he's fighting for, which is traditionally the Queens, and kind of embracing that, well, it's his brothers that he's fighting for in the end. And I just, man, I really, you could see how hard that hit for people at TennoCon, but then also the other characters and kind of going into their culture, and then of course the story finishing with Teshin's confrontation with Era and stuff like that.
That's cinematic.
I just love part one so much.
Yeah, I think like cinematic wise, Jeff, the end of Act 1 cinematic, where, you know, I would show it, but I know there's spoilers, but just in the off chance someone's tuning in right now, that alone was like longer than the entire Second Dream cinematic scene of the whole quest. So the cinematic,
他们新石之战的第一章节本身的那个动画就大于整个第二梦的电影章节啊，电影的动画，电影动画章节，或电影动画部分。
Steve would kind of send me the script, so I knew what we were in for. Steve was kicking me the script to give him like you know, just to get some reaction out of it and give him some feedback, and so I'm just as guilty for the scope, you know, because I knew what we were doing, but I think I said it to the team, but like I still kind of can't believe they pulled it off, and not even the fact that they were so invested in it, like it wasn't even. There was never any complaints. There was never any.
自卖自夸，那可不得夸一夸吗？好不容易做出来的新石之战。
As they went, and they were so invested in the story, and it was just. I mean, it was probably what the peak of like my professional.
那不可得自己夸一夸。
Like just how well everyone worked on that, and just the creative investment everyone had in it just to get it done. And I think even so much so, I kind of had a hard time watching it when we released it. I don't know if it was like postpartum or something, but I almost needed a day or two before I could watch playthroughs, because I was just like, I don't know, it was too close or something. But yeah, so the fact that it was like bigger than, I think it was, I'm trying to think, it was probably bigger than all of the quests combined, I think.
It
like,
was. It was.
I think it was like, yeah.
It was so bad that we went back and changed like how we encode cinematics and the engine. Like there was so much content in the new war. I mean, Glenn was rewriting the texture streamer because that transition from Ballas intro to the Cetus and Era, and the ship comes down and Era's there, and then we transition right away into four other planes, and the camera's like moving at like, you know, 50 meters per second.
他们现在就在介绍新石之战的一些
tons of interesting challenges for
挑战
as well, because the scope of the content was so much larger than we'd done before.
Yeah, and I think, you know, just to close up Act 1 conversations, I'm going to limit you guys to a one-word answer, and I'm not going to let you be more specific unless you really have to. But of, you know, the journey we went on with Teshin, Call, and Vaso, a lot of players are hoping this isn't the
一张图聊20分钟
And I would like you to perhaps weigh in on, will we be seeing more of some characters on this image?
哦，我们会看到
Don't we usually say yep?
Yep, you got it.
我们还会看到这些人吗？开发者团队的答案是是的，就是图片上是3个人。
Great. All right.
所以第一以后还会为他们准备故事的。
Just be aware of, without giving specifics. Anyway.
It'd be like a yes with a question mark.
啊，现在 yes 变成了一个 yes 问号。
No. All right.
There's 3 people there.
酷谈确实。
Who exactly? There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So Act 2 hits us. You know, we know how Act 1 ends, and I think a lot of players, not only myself included, but we know that a certain someone by the name of Ballas had his moment on the throne because, of course, we lost the war. And I think a lot of people found that the loss of the war was communicated most impactfully with the 4 Narmer sequence. And I just wanted to talk about that briefly.
第2章我们输了嘛，然后给了一个
now we'll just jump around from here. But For Narmer
歌
was
叫 For
it's on our
Narmer
YouTube channel. If you want to listen to it again, you can listen to it anytime. But that moment for a lot of people really was magical and heartbreaking. And at what point in the quest did you know that we were going to do another original song?
It was
Good question.
I think it was it wasn't really in the story specifically. Like it was I think when Steve and I were going through the script, we talked about it and we just thought it would be this really good gut punch. You know, because everyone was so invested in the introduction to the Solarans with that musical act, and to kind of slowly pull the veil back, so to speak, when you go in and you go into it from a different direction, to kind of have that slow revelation that you're kind of putting the pieces together, you know, that like you don't know where you are, you hear the music, you hear the tone of the music, and then you kind of
不说他说的太多了，我都不知道怎么翻译，
that
但是都感觉没有太大的用处，毕竟现实上
to have some kind of emotional impact.
都玩了。
I think the Solarans are a good place to do it because people are connected to them. I remember when we talked about it.
现在在讲的是这
I was
个
thinking that it would just be good
音
enough
乐
to
制
have
作
sad
的
music,
想法。
like even kind of like a hymn, not necessarily like any kind of lyrics.
难道 Teshin 要复活吗？ 我觉得很有可能。
Well, let's give it a shot, and I think he talked to Keith, and I think maybe Adrian wrote some of the.
话说今天有直播掉落吗？这边好像没有看到，是有的。Galvanize mod， 镀层系列的 mod 随机一张。
And I think Steve and I both were just knocked on our butts. It was a really cool moment.
Yeah.
And yeah, I couldn't believe how well it worked. So yeah.
I get chills thinking about it. Is it on Spotify yet? No, but I do have information about where you can access it in game in the next update. So it's all going to be connected.
哦，这首歌在下个更新之后可以在游戏中获得。
The dev stream as we go on.
晚上好，宝贝儿。
Was a really special part of the quest, and we're spoiling, but I'm trying to move through them quickly in case people just tune in. But another part of the second act, of course, were the Archons, who we teased concept art of them.
这个我已经忘了他们叫啥了。
In fact, and then you know people saw that there were 3 Archons. People are
这是3个
deciding what order to do them in, and this is something that I think really
小可爱吧，对，就这么叫它，小可爱。
Archon introduced, and then of course started fighting them and picking who they were going to fight. And the new war as a quest had so much content put into it, and as we're mapping out the year ahead and working on it, I think this is one of those things where, you know, I could ask you once more, should players expect to see more Archon encounters in their future? And you know, this is something that wasn't just made for the quest, but now that we've seen
以后我们会看到更多的小可爱战斗吗？
down the road coming back for different types of hard content.
Yes,
Definitely.
Scott?
Oh,
Yeah, you can answer this one. You take it.
哦，之后会有更多的小可爱来找我们，和我们谈情
Yeah,
说
definitely. I
爱。
think the work gone into them, it makes sense to make them kind of like a presence.
Yeah,
in the game.
horrifying.
Yeah.
That was a
之后可能他们会以某种形式
but,
加
but
入
it
到
was
游
so
戏里
cool
的
to see the kit work against them, and just like I remember messaging you through when I first started playing through some of those, Scott, and I was just like, oh my god, it's so like because like trying to grasp the drifter kit and then just kind of putting all the pieces together for fighting was like, oh, like
晚安，宝贝儿，还有各位
that
可以
was
领
really
奖励
great.
了，
The-
祝大家
the
新
team
年
did
快
a
乐！
fantastic job getting that to feel right and to make sense. It was really cool.
应该可以聊。
Very, very.
I think
I
the
can't
challenge with
believe the
them
first
when they
thing
were
you
putting in
mentioned is Narmer and not
更多的小可爱之奖励
Scott was
是
talking
奖励更多的
Steve,
豆
hold
子，
on.
不过是指那个任务中你会遇到小可爱。
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay,
Fun.
there was something serious that happened there. But sorry, go ahead, Scott.
No, I think the challenge for them coming back is going to be is tweaking them to be a greater challenge to the warframes. The quest really showed the power dynamic between the Drifter and a Warframe. Once you fought an Archon as a Warframe, it was much easier. So I think if the cycle is going to be Warframe versus the Archons, they're definitely going to need a buff or a change or a bump in order to make them.
太认真听一句讲话，不小心捅了个冲击波波枪。血赚不可以，出去一看59%。
But that would be the goal, and it will be fun, and it was great watching because we had to make the quest that everyone could beat it. So when some super veterans were going up against the last Archon, it was a very different experience than someone who just had hit the quest prerequisites. But at the end of the day, we watched, we saw, we have a survey up. When and if these Archons come back as a threat, we know how to gauge them. So very exciting.
之后他们会回归的。
I'm gonna just take us right into Act 3 with a single image, just something I wanted to show because
现在来到了第3章
which was in Act 3 we go somewhere that is
我把耳机调一下，稍后抱歉。
essential to the Warframe mythos, and it's a place we've heard, felt in our story, and ultimately went to in the New War, which of course is the Zariman. And
这个是
what a chapter,
赵尔曼失灵
scene in there, and that's something
what a
that
gorgeous set. Like I just that's another one where I watching streamers, that was probably my favorite part when you're talking about chills. Like Front Armor was amazing, but I just watching people walk around in the Zariman and just kind of get lost in there, and like the just taking in, there was so much care and so many little details in there, and watching the streamers I was watching just people playing were just, they were going there, they were checking it all out. It was just amazing. It felt it felt so cool to see our players in that space.
It was
除了以后除了小黑还有小可爱能拿来玩新的受害者是吧？新的受害者。
Surely there's something else to come, and that's what we're going to be talking about today as well.
赵尔曼失灵还有后续的故事吗
The Zariman, from the pristine classroom to the post void jump hellscape that we know the Zariman to be associated with, the tone and everything. Again, the team just worked so hard to get it right, and that is certainly not the end of the Zariman in the Warframe journey.
赵尔曼的故事不会在这里结束，以后还有用处。
Okay, so any
以后还会出现的故事。
Sorry, go ahead, Scott.
Well, I want to go back to part 2 because Ortis in part 2 was adorable.
Yeah, he skipped a lot.
I just love.
他们认为 Ortis 在第2章好可爱，他不行了。
Hold on, wait. Did you just say that? Hold on. Or you're upset that I kind of rushed through part 2? Is that right, Steve?
He's offended that you didn't talk about Ortis, actually.
Well,
Yeah.
This is a great
segment. Was amazing, but I mean, part 2 was basically like another new character, a new set of abilities, a complete like reset on power curves. Ortis becomes an adorable owl, like.
就怕以后重建才你个小天才，我们用扎尔曼金跳啊！
If you're upset that I didn't show things,
小天才宝贝儿。
Players could replay the quest themselves to see those things.
Warframe update 31.1 Echoes of War
Right?
2月9日 all platforms 2月9日所有平台上线，新世之战现可重玩。
We have been focusing this, you know, we've been coming back from vacations. January, we're coming out of our cryo.
新的
one of the first things
技能强化 mod Tenogen 21轮.1第一部分 Hildren 华丽外观 Stardays 是情人节。
It launches February 9th on all platforms.
好了，第一个小更新2月19
as its first key feature.
Lich.
So that's coming.
Progenitor.
It has a lot of other things in it though, so that's what we're going to spend some time looking at today. And yeah, and then
Sister Lich 要改点啥吗
So now we can get through the. Oh my God, we're going to go right to
Act 3.
Pardon?
Are we skipping Act 3 or?
Act 3 was the Zariman.
Segue to another thing.
Yeah, that's okay.
Act 3 was the Zariman. That was. I'm sorry. That's the best I could do.
Now they get to replay
Lich
it all,
Sister
so they can think of all
Progenitor.
those moments.
I'm gonna rewatch Arnold Schwarzenegger's
QOL
commentary to kind of
QOL 是个啥呀？
I grabbed my LaCroix. I know, wrong can.
反正你们当前看到的是 Housekeeping 的华丽外观。
Off the rails here.
That's all right.
One more fighter.
We have a update coming with lots of cool features in it that I want to talk about. So first off, we're just going to go through this list here. New wars were playable. We have some Lich/Sister of Parvos quality of life that I wanted to explain.
哦，就是一些普通的小提升而已，宣海的。
And allow me to explain. If
Okay.
You when you are on your Kuva Lich or Sister of Parvos hunt, the weapon pool has gotten bigger. So we're doing a progenitor quality of
奖励池里太多武器了。
Basically means when you're in the process of hunting for a specific weapon, say you don't want to trade, you just want to do it yourself, that means that you can now benefit by rejecting weapons to reduce the pool.
你现在可以拒绝武器了。
So if you see the Kuva Karak, you don't want the Kuva Karak, by simply rejecting it, it is removed from the pool. So the next time you down a larvaling, there's no chance it'll be Kuva Karak for that given.
当你就比如说看到一个卡拉克之后，你可以拒绝卡拉克，所以下次你看到卡拉克的时候，你看不到了。
So it's a bit of like an RNG mercy system in that you'll be whittling the pool down to get exactly what you want. This applies to sisters and liches, and it'll occur on loop. So once you restart the process, the pool is open wide again because we don't know what you may or may not want, and that'll be coming on February 9th.
它有一个轮回，我不知道这是个啥，我具体不知道这是一个啥。 但反正你现在可以拒绝一把武器了。当你拒绝一把武器之后，它会从奖励池里消失，然后有一个轮回。当这个轮回重新开始的时候，它会重新回来。
Yeah, we have some new augments. Tenogen, round 2, 21, part 2. Oh my god. Decider. It's too strong. Tenogen, round 21.
This is gonna be amazing.
当然，除此之外的话，还有新的技能强化帽，还有
When you start calling it slider, that's when you're in trouble.
Tenogen 的21波第一波。
I was gonna play it back, Reb, unfortunately.
Unfortunately for me, that's probably true.
I'm here for this. Go.
All right.
Keep going.
There's plenty of things in Tenogen round 21. We're splitting it into 2 parts. The first
1个小时不出布拉玛的恶魔太真实了。
platforms. This is a little splash art for you. It's going to have, well, the things you see on this screen, which are Hero, Wisp,
当前看到的是 Hero 还有 Titania 的 Sentinel 的外观，还有一个 Wisp 的外观。第二部分很快就会上线。 在2月份会完成对21波的更新，然后3月份会截止一个投稿。
So lots of other little things here. Ooh, I'm excited because I get to move to gameplay now. This is very exciting.
Titanium helmet.
好了，现在是游戏里面的一些东西。
It's amazing.
快点给我看，我等不及了，第一，我等不及了呀。这位说对，新的一波好像有，我好像有个战甲蛮多的皮肤。这位是挺好看的。
Blame the slider.
Not seeing frozen.
妈，怎么还放大了
Seems okay.
Why did my game? Oh, my game froze. I have to reopen my game. Talk, fill the air.
行，连妈的游戏卡死了，
We'll do a okay. We can't do.
死机了。现在他们在尬聊，他们连妈需要重启游戏。
Get it. Keep talking.
You're juggling Discord and OBS and the game.
大家现在全部尬聊，等连妈重启游戏。
Entertain the people. I have to
You
relaunch
did
the
warn
game.
people, Reb.
My progress on juggling.
Yeah, I can.
那应该是连妈的电脑在那响，我老以为是我的电脑在那响，我心想，
All right, you can read it on stream, Sheldon. Good luck. I have to relaunch the game. It's fine. I had a Windows update override.
我感觉他们没有怎么讲那个 Housekeeping 的华丽外观。说实话，我觉得是 Protea， 我一直以为是 Protea 做好的，结果是 Housekeeping 先做好，我没有想到。
TSOTs as one. So just message us with your in-game name, and then.
That's just Tessot?
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 哦，领完之后他们有第二个吗
Tessot?
？Let me check.
I see what you're doing.
Greek.
Yes.
TSOTs.
Let me check.
Yeah.
All right.
Like Herodotus. TSOTs.
Claim now， 还有第二个，还有第二个哎
Gameplay is up.
What？
friends. We are bringing with the main.
哦，刚
A
刚
couple
差点
really
没搞回来，
What?
Let's see what happens.
Oh, it's a disaster.
我是 auto 的。
Disaster. This is a customization field.
母牛的薅皮之前直播有消息吗？哎，有啊，之前出过，但是没有说是现在会上线。哇，这什么诡异的站姿
The time has come. Will they?
She's so excited about this.
I'm so excited.
I know what this is.
他们要干啥？
Interesting. Why is there new colors here?
啊，眼睛。
What's that? Yes.
哦，你可以搞异瞳了，这也太帅了！我可以，我爱了。
Very exciting. People have been asking like 7 years. Yo. Yeah.
这个太帅了，我可以，我好了。哎，等等，我的没有藏住眼睛，我这是那个漂流者藏住了眼睛。早安，宝贝儿。
Everyone's gonna have 2 colors now.
对，你现在可以搞异瞳了。
We're getting into huge spoiler territories now. If you have not finished the new war, this is a 2-second warning.
啊，又是一个剧透警报。
No.
那警告，警报。
Yeah, we do.
I can't. I'm not.
Yeah, Jeff's
having a conversation. Yeah.
Jeff, I'm just gonna zoom in on you while you touch your face there a little bit. But facial hair. Now that we have a drifter, is facial hair in the cards? Is that too hard to do? What's the process of making a decision like that?
It's in the cards. There was actually early test done with some facial hair. So yeah, so there's some work done on it.
Interesting.
Yep.
Finally, representation. In
脸毛。
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, finally.
Right.
You can finally have beards and Bua games after all this time.
There have been
Bearded bald men.
Perfect. There's been a series of players that also want to know about the fate of operator cosmetics versus drifter cosmetics. There's limited compatibility. All the accessories work, but not the outfits. I don't want to commit you to an answer now, but knowing that we're trying with tech, is there a version of a comment you can give the players about what are we going to do about operator gear and drifter gear, and is it going to be a dichotomy forever, or what's the thinking?
Yeah, Steve, what are we going to do?
现在的问题是，指挥官和漂流者的衣服是否会会有不同的版本？就指挥官版的会不会有漂流者版？
We're trying to do is figure out, does that mean that we have to rebuild the content to support that? Some of the stuff worked and some of it just looked like Gumby because the retargeting system in the game currently isn't volume preserving, so you just end up with this kind of little stretched version.
他说现在的问题是游戏里的那个该怎么说建模吧？ 体积其实并不相似，所以如果把它放到，就用指挥官放到漂流者身上，可能会拉长。对，他说现在在找方法。现在在找方法。意思就是新建文件夹。
Unbelievable. Moving on to my well-structured plans here, we also have another set of options we're adding. So we are going to be doing a dedicated accessibility tab, which will go right to settings that pertain to accessibility, be it color blindness, repeat button presses. It's all going to be present in its own tab, so you can expect that. I think in the February 9th update. If not, then one soon after. So
啊，这个就是那个游戏的操作一些设定啊。
Basically at a glance, so that you can go through there and add those. We also have coming in this update a deluxe, of course, Hildren.
哦 ，Hildren 的华丽外观，我说他怎么没展示
will be getting her full deluxe skin, and she'll have a axe weapon skin coming with it, which I
啊，它还有个尾巴，居然还有个尾巴。
which is gonna bring the Hildren fans some.
哎，它有点像那个，有点像高啊，是不是一个设计师？有点像高啊的那个华丽外观。
Now, Jeff, these are my colors, though. Is that okay?
I did notice that you didn't.
What is happening?
What-
I think
what
the
does it-
rule is you gotta like show a default, right?
Yeah,
And
what
then
does the
you gotta-
default look like? Can we see the default?
I will give you a look at default.
Can you do that for your ship too? So the exposure, so.
Oh, there we go. Oh, wow.
See,
Yeah, that's
see that
much better.
reactions? Sheldon, he didn't say wow until right now.
嗯，
稍等看到这个，譬如哎，这个挺好看的。刚刚那
Where
个
I am with this actually. I'm
Fin-
very confused right now.
粉白挺好看的。
I really like the what is this? Some kind of refraction kind
Oh,
of
that's cool too.
stuff inside the body and inside
Yeah.
the body. It's
Mhm.
super interesting.
Yeah, it has a like that crazy energy like casing.
它很像玻璃，我真的感觉它很像玻璃的华丽外观。
Yeah, I like that.
It's like she's too powerful.
She's too powerful. But speaking of this update, so this is part of the February 9th update. It also will have the Soma chord fragments for 3 songs from the New War. So if you love the music from the New War,
新世战的里面的3首歌
you can scan the fragments. They will be available in the post-New War open world content. You don't need to replay the quest to scan them. If I'm wrong, we'll issue a correction. But the way it's been implemented is so that quest replay is here, and you can jump in and do that. But if you just want the Soma chord fragments,
有点
you
像
can
蟑
go
螂。
to the post-New War open worlds and grab them for 3 of the songs that we released in the update. So those will be available.
三首歌会加到那个
Yeah.
传递音乐里。
Exciting. Oh my god, so many notes here. Oh, Steve, we can get to your tech section soon. Should you feel the urge to start talking tech before?
但是你不用去游戏里边或者什么其他诡异地方获得，好像是。
These will be for Ureli. Ureli is getting an augment.
Ureli 的华丽外观 ，Surging Blade。
Name rather. It's for Aqua Blades. Blades gain 8% extra damage per enemy hit,
每
plus 3 to launch.
每一次击中敌人会造成8%额外伤，
and it will get more damage
额外的伤害。
Grendel is getting a augment.
Grendel.
Gourmand. It is for feast. Instead of energy, it now consumes 200 health and on cast and 30 health drain. So it's similar to how you have someone like Necros with a despoil. Take the energy economy.
现在它不消耗能量，但是消耗血。
A little bit of a different playstyle for Grendel, where energy economy is replaced with health balance economy. Frost is getting Biting Frost. He gains 200% critical chance and 200% critical damage against frozen enemies. This is just a Frost augment. It's arguably a passive augment, I believe.
Frost 的新 mod，
By the way, sorry to interrupt.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
冰冻的敌人增加200%的额外暴击几率还是啥？
Let me get that. We'll post pictures after. Don't worry.
哦，200%的额外暴击几率和暴击倍率。
For Gauss, thermal transfer.
Gauss.
The thermal center augment. Allies in range get 75% bonus elemental damage for 30 seconds. So team compatibility.
范围内的敌人获得75%的元素伤害， 或者30秒的75%额外元素伤害。
With the February 9th update as well. And
这是新的4张 mod。
Seasonal content. We are going to be launching Star Days on February 9th as well. If you don't know what Star Days is, it's our season of love little seasonal
然后是情人节活动。
It is currently live on the dev build. I'm going to take you in there, and Steve, when we go in there, you can talk a little bit tech, and we'll
哦，对哦，还有
section once I'm finished with my Star Days segment. Because I want to talk a little bit about how it's going to look this year for Star Days, including a little bit of a change.
估计他们还在搞那个 Dex。
One item in the store, some new items, and how Tenobomb is going to be a part of it. So first of all,
哦 ，Tenobomb 对哈，不是第一周不说我还忘了 ，Tenobomb 还没搞呢， 就送礼物的那个。
But we're going to hop into
怎么摆脱不了母系统的形象？
I'm going to give you a quick overview on Star Days. It starts February 9th. And oh, I think chat saw it.
啊 ，chat 看到啥？我为啥没有看到？
Oh, they did see it.
Don't worry, you'll get closure on that in this stream. That's just
Oh.
a little tease.
OK，
Nice, good job, guys.
他说这个会在游戏里揭露
Steve,
的。
don't worry, you can talk tech in just a sec. But Ticker is
Poor Steve, he's chomping at the bit.
I'm just riding the ride.
all right. So Ticker is back. Star Days is here. We'll be taking a look at the Star Days affections, wherein you're going to find that the Ticker floof has been upgraded. If you already have it, yours will work this way. It is now like a Build-A-Bear. When you place it on your ship, you can talk to it, and it'll tell you some nice, lovely things. So
哦，你现在可以与这个玩偶互动了。
We have some new glyphs in here.
新的
For
头
Stardays,
像。
and then of course we're adding Tenobomb items to Stardays this year because in the Stardays run, so when we're doing our seasonal little
Tenobomb 也就是冬
we
季
are
的
gonna be doing a
一
small
些
Tenobomb
皮肤会加入到游戏
kickoff and
里，或者
kickback
会
in
加
one
入
of
到
our
这个
streams
情人节
to
活动的替
big
换里。
big charity donation. Celebrate the Tenobomb spirit because we couldn't do it in 2021. We can't quite pull it off at the beginning of this year, but we are going to do a small but big donation event in our Stardays run for Tenobomb. Stay tuned for more information on that.
更多信
So
息
that's how
有待
Stardays
揭露。
will play out this year, February 9th. But Steve, the medals in here look amazing. Maybe you did something to these medals.
Yeah, I mean, if you go back to the spawn point, I think that would be probably better.
Oh, the medals, they're just so beautiful.
If you go back to the spawn point, it might be better.
I'm in the spawn point. You're delayed.
Go back here. Oh, are you? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I am quite delayed on the on the whole system. But yeah, we've got about 2 months of technical kind of changes and upgrades and improvements. Most of it targeted at the enhanced mode of the game, which is one of our goals this year.
游戏画质，不会，游戏材料的素质得到了提升。
Quite laborious for us to implement everything twice. So what you'll notice when this main line comes out is a fairly significant change to things that are made of pure metal, like gold and
具体一点的话，就是铁质的材质得到了提升。
look out for. I think it looks fantastic. A lot less noise in the image, and yeah, just everything's kind of more vibrant and more balanced. And I think if you're going to replay New War, it really benefits from this as well, because Valis is, hanging out in his gold throne and so on. So there's a lot of neat things to enjoy there.
Excellent. That is just the beginning of Tech Talk, Steve.
Right. You didn't put the image up though. So
I was gonna say it didn't have its
gonna
intro card.
Okay, let me immediately reconcile this error of mine because it's unacceptable. So tech stuff, you talked. I'd rather show the metal, so we showed the metal in.
我写了。
Now we're gonna show. Well, Steve, it's up to you. Do you want to talk about compiler upgrades? Do you want to talk about script upgrades? Do you want to talk
Is
about?
that a beanie? Is that a beanie?
It is a beanie.
Yeah.
Beanie. I'm sorry to disappoint you. Didn't wear it. Yeah, we've up the coding team is very excited because we have upgraded our entire compiler toolchain to a newer version of Visual Studio.
他们更新了一个新的
maybe some single-digit percentage
工作
performance
室，
improvements here and there in the game. Nothing
或者一些其他玩意儿
super，crazy.
反正就游戏
The
画
last
质
compiler、wasn't terrible, but
材料画质都要提
it
升。
does bring with it also optimizations that the team did. Of course, some of them over the break or without the pressure that New War had to ship and that they weren't allowed to kind of touch the things. So there's improvements to the scripting system, which is, worth anywhere from 5 to 30% faster in things like UI and other game modes.
Right. So for instance, here I have an image of your before times for scripts.
Yeah.
And your after. So I played before, now we're on after. So the gains in milliseconds, is it per script?
他们在扯一些我完全听不懂的东西。
Right.
这是
I
什
mean,
么
this is kind of one of those things where you
代码啊、
script
gain
execution
啊、
to use
获
for
取啊、
UI,
after
use
之
for
后的
game
东
modes,
西，
use
我
for
这
warfare
完全
powers.
听不
So
懂，
those
这
things,
在我的能力之外。
kind of all across the board are going to be running fast.
以前我还
This is
对这
really
个
something
计算
we
机有点
noticed
感兴趣的，
in
然后后来
5,
看了这个
maybe
玩意儿，
competitive
后来看了
users
代
of
码，我瞬间不感
CPUs,
兴
but
趣了。
generally speaking, going to benefit the weaker CPU platforms, people with toasters and that.
我感觉就是数学。
So yeah, like this is probably not representative to cut a whole half millisecond off, which is pretty extraordinary given that if you want 60 FPS, you're only going to get 16 milliseconds to do everything. So half millisecond is pretty wild. You're probably not going to see, anything like that except for really heavy, complex UIs like this. But it helps across the whole game, and that's pretty exciting. So the compiler, these scripting system performance improvements, and then general improvements to updating the UI faster while you're playing the game. The HUD was costing a lot, particularly on low end, and there's been some really good improvements there, and we're still looking to make more improvements in that stuff. I think, what else is there to say about that?
Well, actually, speaking of UI, go ahead.
The one problem with the compiler change, the one change that the compiler difference does bring is that There's very small changes in how the code generated, which is faster, might generate very small differences in math outcomes.
代码生成器。
And this means that there is some churn, unfortunately, in the update. So you're going to get a more performant version of Warframe on PC in February, but you are going to have to download. There's going to be extra megs of downloads, significant megs, like 500 or a gig or something like that, unfortunately. So you're gonna get to replay the new war and that sort of thing.
就是该怎么说呢？因为它换了一个什么新的代码生成器吧，就你之后的游戏流畅度会变得更好，但是你下个版本更新要下载很多的东西。所以这个尾巴我觉得蛮怪的。哦，也确实是镂空的。D 最近好喜欢搞镂空的东西。
performance improvements, but we also have a UI visual.
不能说是完全镂空的，那有点镂空。
To rectangles in the arsenal. So when you're going to equip things now, you'll simply see more because we've moved to a square-based icon system where you'll just have
UI 得到了提升。
for you. So rather than seeing, a cohort of frames in rows of 3, it'll now be rows of 4. This applies.
现在一排
是 if you're a player that kind of collects everything.
4个了。
It's a huge improvement because now you don't need to scroll as much to get the get to the frame you want. Of course, if you were sorting whatever you want, but either way, prepare yourself for this to look a little different in the February 9th update as well. Echoes of War brings these tech changes, brings the UI changes, brings replayable new war, augments lich quality.
新日之战现在可以重玩，我挺高兴的。
The best way to describe the Echoes of War update really is it's sort of a big maintenance piece post New War release. It's going to be a mainline. It's going to have tons of bug fixes. It's going to have all of these little features.
有一个无比巨大的更新，bug 更新修复。
Now, there is still a bit to get through in this dev stream, and I think one of the big pieces.
还有继续要聊的。
Okay, so we're going to drop this great update with the quality of life and sort of wish list features, but of course, post New War content. New playable stuff.
那么新世之战后面可以玩的东西是什么呢？
Right now, stop me if you want to keep
going.
Story's
wrapped up, isn't it?
Story's wrapped up. We're done.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nothing to tie up, right?
All right. Fair.
Just hands.
Yeah, nothing happened at the end of the New War to
No.
No, nothing at all.
I think watching chat real quick.
重点是只从头可以开始，应该是从头开始的。中间不能暂停。
All the things that we want to do technically, they're right sitting at the top of the list. We don't have anything yet to announce. I know we showed it at TennoCon as a proof of concept, and it was working, and it's awesome. But there's still some work to do, particularly account merging and all those sorts of things, which are difficult, and that the team is now kind of aligning towards. So it is real, it is coming, but it's not going to be something that you can expect next month. So
平台联动现在正在做了，但是并不是一个你下个月就能期待上线的这么一个东西。
So stay tuned for quite thorough updates on that as we
总体来说的话，他们现在看账号，然后看怎么把账号合到一起，这种。
are liable to be affected, so
very tricky.
Very tricky, but it is in progress. But I wanted to talk about, Bucket 3. I started this stream saying, hey, we're going to sort of look back on the New War quickly, then we're going to talk about the immediate update after the New War, which is Echoes of War. But as all things on players' mind, I think it's time we tell you, Tenno, about the first major content update coming this year.
Oh.
Introducing update 31.5, Angels of the Zariman. This is going
更新31.5 Angels of Zariman 扎尔曼的天使，这个是主线啊，主线，宝贝儿，这个是主线。
Moments ago, it is something that is a direct follow-up of your New War journey.
是新世之战后续的故事，
Something that we're aiming to bring
或者的后
at
续。
least 2 brand new game modes into Warframe.
目前是至少有2种全新的 游戏模式，
going to have some quality of life reworks. So
还有一些新的
along with me now, you know that we're going to be making
提
our
升
way through February with some seasonal content that mainline with the replayable, and then behind the scenes we are going to be working on Angels of the Zariman, and our February dev stream will give you a huge deep dive into it. But I'm going to talk about a few
2月
things
份的
today.
开发者直
You
播
know the
会
title now. You know Angels of the Zariman is coming
主
for
要
you
根据在这上面。
in our next major content update. And it's going to include everything I just mentioned, as well as, hopefully, if this changes, we'll let you know. But we're also aiming to add, for core Warframe rework gameplay, an Eximus rework. So this is something that we are targeting.
Eximus 是那个叫啥？卓越者，对，卓越者会
kind of an understanding of what we're aiming to do with them, using the example of an Arctic Eximus as kind of how an Eximus ought to be. You can see their function at a glance. You know they have that big snow globe, and you can kind of
卓越者
quickly
会
decide
得到
how you're
修
gonna
改。
deal with it. This applies to every Eximus in the game. We're going to go through them one by one and give them a different visual identity.
哦，他们会给他们一个视觉特效，就相当于就像现在这个冰系的卓越者一样，就比如说吸能量的会给一个吸能量的光效。
invisible auras that drain you, or you know, not clear enough what they're actually doing.
然后提升他们的威胁，应该就是伤害，然后还有奖励。
A thorough pass through Eximus, which will really, I think, affect like your normal Warframe gameplay pacing, which is quite exciting. Like the idea of upping the threat level in your current gameplay by just treating Eximus differently will be a part of the full gameplay experience.
提升他们的威胁，估计就是无视啥东西吧。
And we're also going to be reviewing the lesser used augments for this update. So I think at least 16 augments are going to be reviewed for the update Angels of the Zariman. Stay tuned for more information on that.
31.1我们看到了四个技能强化 mod， 那么31.5扎尔曼的天使会有16个技能强化 mod。 我天哪，到时候得翻译成啥
？Everything Sheldon said about the Zariman and New War, like it's kind of like you ain't seen nothing yet. So
yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool what those could get.
Yeah. So yes, I mean, you don't make that awesome Zariman segment in the New War and not dedicate a whole update to what comes next, in my humble, opinion. So very exciting times.
Right.
尾鱼说一31.5，我觉得会有新战甲。
Interesting open questions from the Drifter, and the paradox there, and some of the how did things happen and so on. And I think
以上应该就差不多是本期开发者直播了。
as well as explore the ship itself, right?
Wow, we actually still have a lot to get through, so sit tight.
还有一些要说的。
Pertaining to the Zariman update, we will of course be releasing a deluxe skin. People have wanted an update on this skin for
新的华丽外观皮肤更新
and we actually showed quite a few
新的新闻
so we're going to give you guys some updates, and then because we're DE, we're going to show you concepts for another deluxe skin. So as we dig our way out of our deluxe skin situation, we're going to show you another concept, just to perpetually be in a state where we're balancing the teased versus released deluxe skins. So let's take a look at Valkyr Deluxe 2, which is
Valkyr 的华丽外观
coming with the Angels of the Zariman. I'm going to show you it in my color scheme, and then I'll show you it in defaults. But what you... Pardon? Of course I am. Or should I not?
No, go for it. Go for it.
All right. So Valkyr Deluxe is coming based on the amazing Liger concepts that we showed. And we also have, Elise on the team, made some animations to go with it. So Valkyr Deluxe looks incredible, and we'll be coming with some animations.
Valkyr 的华丽外观
very high energy. You can see the
buff. Oh, look, IK broke the neck.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Well, snapped out of it for the very end.
Oh god, don't show Jeff. He's an animator. He'll be very upset with me.
No.
Anyways, we can so if you don't, these are my colors, so apologies in advance. But the big puffy jack is on the shoulders. She's just total badass. Absolutely incredible. And now I'll show you default colors as well, just to give you.
那夹克能脱了，我看着有点难受。
Because you like them?
They're just, kind of reined in a bit.
Interesting. Reined in, he says. Interesting. So we did a couple modifications.
树上有刺，
What?
防色狼装备，
She looks incredible.
防
She's
色
got
狼
that
装备，
crazy, like, bone-linked soccer tail.
不行，
Yeah, it's
Oh
really
my
cool design.
gosh.
我觉得有点好笑。
Wow.
I could spend the whole stream just doing
Dave
a 360 around Valkyr, but I won't. But I could. But I won't. But she looks incredible. I'm sure fashion framers
我真
are
觉得
very
防色狼
for,
装备
the era of
带球撞人，这个
bomber
可以。
jacket Valkyr. I'm very excited for that. That'll be
That's really
coming in the update as
那
well.
把
Oh,
夹克
actually,
脱了
another
吧
thing？that's coming, we
挺不
do
错，
do
是挺不错的。
stuff
那把
every
夹克
year,
脱了
and
吧
this is the first year we actually get to do
这个夹克我老看
skin.
挺
This
难
will be
受的。
coming in the February sort of seasonal blitz of things. Grendel is getting a skin for Lunar New Year, so Grendel players can look
Grendel
forward
的
to
新年外观
that as part of their arsenal. He looks super cool.
干，这居然
Celebrating
这个居然
Lunar New
可以，
Year in
哎，
style.
这个居然
Grendel
可
will
以，
be
我
coming in
并没有
February.
觉得这个太丑。
Yay, Grendel stuff! Yay!
Mhm.
Yeah.
哎，这个我没有想到哎
Getting the skin.
，Grendel 的华丽外观，新年外观，
Very, very exciting. So that's coming
We'll
soon.
talk later, Scott.
哎，这个其实可以，这个我真觉得可以，比普通版的好太多了。
Approve. Actually, I can't cast powers on my ship. I wanted to see his belly open, but
Yeah, me too.
well,
Well.
I could. Well, we'll come back to that.
That's something everyone can experience themselves. It's great.
Yeah, I don't want to take that away from you.
对吧？
That's
这
important.
这那个华丽外观，我突然觉得可以
Steve,
了。
I cut you off before we talk tech. Hair.
Oh yeah, we're
Hair.
redoing hair in the game. We did a little bit for New War.
我
And yeah, we've got
头发
this new technique that
要
the
重新做一下，
rendering with
获得了新的
tempo
技术。
will be able to kind of soften everything without having
对，
to
有点
distort
张
it
飞的
and
感
all
觉。
nightmares that come with that. So this is a technique that
废宅变猛将，太真实了，突然觉得是帅了。
in the kind of early or late winter and spring.
哎，那个皮肤必买，好吧？这个必冲，Grendel丑成什么样子？我感觉那个皮肤让他帅了整整一个等级。扩张调换，帅呀，帅就完了，我不管。
Some beard options for
stubble,
for
perhaps.
drifter. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Interesting. So that'll be just an ongoing
There's a
improvement.
fuzzball. Isn't there a picture of a fuzzball, or did you
You
not?
didn't. I didn't get that.
Oh, I didn't send you the fuzzball.
Grendel 嘛，Grendel 的话很快了，那个
Yeah,
是
so that's
新
coming
新
as
年
well.
的
We
新年外
also,
观。
you know, we've shown you
因
Valkyr
为
engaging
大家都
with
知道
Valkyr
新
and
年
Grendel. We have Skyers
马上就上了。
Protea Deluxe, which we showed at TennoCon.
哦
So this is
，Protea 华丽
sculpt
外观，
in
谢谢
progress
第一。
for all things Protea Deluxe.
Oh,
She is
wow.
she is turning out amazingly. If you don't know, Asterisk is a player that has done their own concepts, and we partnered with them officially for them to work on Protea Deluxe. And now it's in our artist's hands. Skyers is doing the sculpting
现在正在建
later
模，
this year as well.
这个建模可能稍微有点危险，
Yeah, Skyers
但是目前其实看起来还可
so
以。
good. So you can get a close up, and you can really see the detail and the every part of.
毕竟还没有优化
coming
过，
together nicely.
Wow.
That's impressive.
还可以，还可以。
Yeah, I love the emblem stuff. That's really
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah,
Older-
very regal looking.
Very
Yeah.
regal. I
这的凶器堪比那个，堪比毒妈
It
呀，
would be
好色
a
哦。
disservice if I don't even know what to say because we have
对呀，
received
第一外观
a
这块儿
deluxe
整明白了。
concept from Liger for a Warframe that currently doesn't have a deluxe, and this is one of those things where I'm just gonna show it. I'm probably gonna layer it on top of us so players can actually see the detail, and really prepare yourselves, Tenno, for Zaku Deluxe.
扎库的华丽外观，那素，这个好看啊，
Can't. It's so good. I
这个好看啊。
couldn't catch my breath when I first looked at this. Like the passion.
扎库的华丽
and
外
thoughts
观，
that
哇，
went
这
into
个
this,
帅啊！
the inspiration
我喜欢这个。
with the traditional pottery in Japan.
哎，等等，我不喜欢他的
Just
肩膀，除此之外的话都喜欢。
unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a really thoughtful kind of approach.
就
to
看
the-
看
the-
就看看那
the
个
Zaku and
画师跟
they
建模
work
师
in
又
the
被
Kintsugi
又能不
kind
能
of
打起来？
pottery method of fixing
哎，这个
broken
我特别喜欢这个
pots
骷髅，
with
我觉得这
inlays
骷
of
髅好
gold
帅
and
啊！
platinum. So it's like a combination of broken pots. It just fits the theme of Zaku really. It's
Yeah, it like
a really
really
good idea.
this image will be available in the overview and everything for people to zoom in on and see a closer look. But everything
就这个肩膀，这个肩膀我不是很喜欢，这边的可以，右边肩膀我不是很喜欢，其他我觉得都没有太大的问题。有点那个哪吒的华丽外观，就它这个腿部这儿，然后头上这个角有点 Nidus 的感觉，但总体来说我没有太大的问题，就这个肩膀。它感觉有点融为一体的感觉，当然游戏里边可能完全不会是这个样子，所以我并不是很担心。
It's a little, almost a little Deviri flavored, isn't it?
Wouldn't you say?
Inspiration behind that, yep.
有点Devori 虚空的那个感觉，疯狂暗示。
Indeed. So really, really exciting.
以后不会出个三国主题的外观，没准儿。
Deluxe world, whether it's the Baruch one we showed at TennoCon, Portillo will be giving you updates.
对对对，骨架我觉得很漂亮，很漂亮。
Just another one to add to the pile, leave you wanting more, you know. Let me just make sure I've made it through everything. I'll do another plat prize in the meantime, so Sheldon, you can, handle that while I search at my list here.
好了，他们估计快下班了。那么我呢，快要折磨了。刚刚在看开发者直播的时候，我的网课也结束了，一会儿要写作业。
Sorry, but you win.
我现在情绪要差点清醒了。我其实还打算回去睡个回笼觉呢。睡个寂寞，不睡了，我清醒了。
Thank you very much for watching. We'll hook you up indeed, and we still need to give away a Harrow Prime access, so that's something that's going to be yet to give away. But I don't know, guys.
等重来再看一次，前面没跟到。哎，说实话，宝贝儿，那个看的时候，如果想节省时间的话，可以跳着看啊。前面没有太大的信息，没有太多信息。
I'm just excited.
反正都是4点开场的，骨架好看就好，很真实，宝贝儿，你很真实。
Really cool because I think there's a lot of people, including myself, that wouldn't mind going through that again and just knowing what you know now. What could you see? What could you do? I think that's gonna be really cool. And that's February 9th.
哎，又是这个观众华丽皮肤，我觉得这挺漂亮。有点犀牛的那个感觉。总之做一个总结，2月9号会得到一个更新，不出意外的话，不是牛 ，Grando 宅的那个皮肤也在这个更新里面。然后在2月开发者直播会细讲31.5，就是扎尔曼的天使。
All of that will be in the Angels of the Zariman update, which, you guys are smart in chat, so you probably saw it in the star chart, so you can see where we're going very clearly, very exciting.
哦，对哦。
What's beyond? Well, we have
star chart
to continue, so I don't want to deprive myself of.
一会儿我要回去看一下，对，我要回去看一下那个。
That's great.
Yeah, I love the Zariman, and I'm so excited for people to be able to go through and kind of explore it and see all of the,
要是能变成 Garo 那种，咱们开4点可以选择脱衣服和不脱衣服就好了。
2 or 3 little spots I think for the quest, but there's like a whole, set with like amazing vistas and all this really cool stuff. So
yeah, we're
哦，2个全新的图，各位宝贝们 ，Zariman 我就说嘛，新的地图啊，所以说应该不会是用 Zariman 回虚空了。Zariman 是个新的地图，跟废船一样，然后还有个 Sanctuary， 那个是圣殿。
Angels
Sanctuary， 干那个东西我发音不出来，算了，不发了。所以2个新图，扎尔曼的图和那个圣殿的图。
Who won? Who's the winner? Who's our last winner of the day?
这个好帅哦！
I hope we get a happy person today.
扎尔曼现在是有地图了。但是里面会有啥敌人的
Marshmallows, that's a great name. Marshmallows plural. Hero Primax, this is yours. Message will hook you up after the show. You gotta whisper.
那就是更新31.5的事情了，所以得2月份，至少2月份。
What a day! There was a lot there.
啊不，至少3月份，因为2月份我们更新31.1，所以是3月份的事情。
Yeah, I think we covered everything.
Yeah, that was pretty wicked.
All right, I'm just checking my printed notes here like a boomer with all my paper, but gotta make sure didn't miss a date.
You got Wordle as well, so I think it all fits.
That's true.
Playing Wordle, like, come on.
Hey, Wordle's serious business. All right, we answered questions. Oh, I guess again, just some closure on the crossplay cross-save. It is a absolute technical behemoth. We are working on it. When we had the
再次说一下
you saw it working. It's our job
那
now
个
to
平台联动，
what
这是
exactly
一
those
个
factors
非常
are
非常
for
大的
everybody.
工作，
That's more crossplay cross-save.
目前正在做，也
Lots of
正在
closure at
估
this。stream on, you know, who maybe we'll see some characters again.
有说
Now you know
32
what's
段的
happening
事情
next.
吗？
That's
32
February
段
9th. February 9th is the main line with
就是
the
2段，
Sky
然后
and
变得
Angel
强一点，如果没
Beyond
记
that,
错的
we
话。
have update 31.5 Angels of the Zariman coming. So it's going to be a blitz of a year for Warframe. And if you've played the new war, you'll be ready to jump right into everything. If you haven't, play the new war. That would be good.
如果你玩新
If
世之
you
战，
want
你
to
就
give
准
us
备好了。
feedback,
如果你没有玩新世
survey.
之战，
This is
去
literally
玩新世之战，
chance
这是第一
for
现在的推
watching
荐。
chat right now. If I see someone say like all caps raids or trials, put it in the survey. There's a question about that there, so it would be
Put it in the
wise.
survey.
It'd be
Put it
wise.
Hashtag put it in the survey.
Hashtag put it in the survey.
一会儿我去看一下他的那个叫啥
Hashtag
survey
put it. I think that's it, guys. This is your last
Yeah.
chance to say something on stream.
那个 survey 叫啥来着？
Thanks so much
投
for
票
playing. Thanks
Yeah,
for-
thank you.
啊，民调，
Thank you so much.
对，调查
And
报
thank
告。
you to all of our team members.
圣殿是大黄脸那个吗？是的，
Indeed.
We are just a few of
是
the
的，那个是 Sanctuary，
dedicated, hard-working group of people that made
是
it
大
possible.
黄脸。
So
看来
thanks
大
for-
黄脸以后要搞什么东西？
It's been a hell of a year.
该说
Yours,
掰
I
了个
can't
掰，
believe
掰了
it.
个掰，
Right?
宝贝儿。如果你们有需要睡的话，现在赶紧就睡吧。
Next 10 you are not ready.
等他们弄完了之后，接下来就是我去看那个民调的事情了，然后再看一下那个数据。对，他们再拜拜。然后声音有点响，我找一个人，我也复制一下这个东西，然后看看，哎，这橘子差点掉。这个是 stat， 我想看 survey。哦 ，right here，OK。他们现在结束了，是不是不会跳出什么诡异的东西吧 ？OK， 吓我一跳。Right, Warframe 2022的调查报告。What's your platform? PC, Mastery Rank, Legend 1，你的什么段位？你的游玩方式单人。啊，不对，我是 Public。对，我是单人在玩，但是我玩 Public。对，晚安的晚安，早安的早安，各位宝贝们，如果需要休息的话，请尽快休息。好吧，祝各位有一个美好的一天。我呢会看一下这个民调，跟一会儿还醒的人一起看一下民调，然后去做总结。今天不会有我个人的直播，我个人直播应该会改到明天。对，我今天事儿蛮多的，其实非常抱歉，非常抱歉。就这些嘛，我还以为很多呢。总体来说，2021年的总体体验给个6分吧，别让他太满意。If you could change one aspect about Warframe, what would it be? 哦，不对，这是6页。那我就说嘛，如果你们能改 Warframe 的一个东西，你们会改啥？你们会改啥？我又不是开发者，我想想有啥我不满的。UI，我其实不太喜欢 Warframe 的那个 Arsenal UI， 就这个军械库 UI， 但是总体来说我其实都不是很喜欢。就说一个 UI 吧。How do you feel about the power creep？ 你现在游戏中的那个强度不平衡感觉怎样？因为新武器为了有卖点，它肯定会比普通版的那个好吗？现在是不是晚了？已经领不着奖金？是的，宝贝儿，半个小时之前就已经算晚了。我个人感觉 无所谓啊，就新的武器肯定要比普通版强啊，不然的话它哪有啥卖点呢？就 no impact 或者unsure 不管。How did you learn to use the mod system? Content creator 就是说你 mod 是怎么学的？你怎么学怎么搭配 mod 的？我是说实话从视频里学的，真的我是从其他就一开始是 Den 和那个 Roy Gaming。当前的配卡你感觉怎么样？4分吧，射击武器我觉得没有啥问题，但是近战我不是很喜欢，说实话。utility 就是说游戏感觉提升 mod 或者游戏体验上升 mod， 觉得是不是应该有更多的就更多的出现？我完全不在乎。enemy density 是那个敌人的密度，你觉得密度怎么样？就游戏中敌人的数量 ，too low too high 啊，我完全不管，我觉得就这样挺好的。你觉得以下有多么的重要？以下的 BOSS 战如何重要？多个 BOSS 阶段，我不想要这个，说实话，我不是很想要。Telegraphed， 哇，这是啥玩意儿？啊，动画攻击是吧？Parkour 这个是跑酷 ，Nope。Environmental hazard 这是范围效果，不是这个叫啥？这个空气效果不是，也不是空气，环境效果，对，环境效果倒就无所谓。Clan 在你的日常中是咋样的？在你的日常中是否重要？哦，这个叫 Clan 是那个工会，对对对，或者氏族在你的日常中是否重要？给个4分吧，觉得还蛮重要的。如何提升社交的感觉，或者是让这个道场更加的有意思？NPC 我们有不同的选项，就是加传功能，然后小游戏，这个是单纯的 player housing， 就是跟玩家沟通差不多。NPC event 就是 NPC 的活动，我觉得这个还蛮重要的。然后就是增强体验，第一当消防员去了。What is something Warframe should explain/introduce better？ 第一应该解释和提升什么更好一些 ？New player 吧，算是 new player 吗？Game system 说实话。Do you like primary, secondary, and melee weapons are on the same power level? Do you feel like 你认为现在主武器、副武器和近战武器在一个等级嘛，在一个就是伤害等级嘛？Nope，Nope 不能说1吧，给个2。你认为 Warframe 的开放地图怎么样？我这3个全部保持 neutral， 我完全不在乎。开放平原的几个核心评分，这个是 racing， 就是赛跑，估计就是滑板。滑板的话给个3分吧，我觉得无所谓。Mining， 我其实不是很喜欢挖矿， 钓鱼还可以。哎 ，conservation 是啥来着？我老是忘这个。哦，捕获。对，捕获我觉得也还行。然后 exploring 是探索，探索也可以。探索就这样吧。Bounties 是赏金任务，赏金任务也没有太大的问题，普通偏上一些。NPC 我觉得更好，我其实挺喜欢平原的 NPC 的。你想要 raise？Yes， 这个是多人作战任务。raise 是如果你不知道的话 ，Warframe 以前有8人的任务叫做 raid，中国不是这个国语的话应该叫各种各样豹吧，有空豹、恶豹，还有一个普豹嘛，我忘了，反正3个不同的 raid， 还是蛮有意思的。就是做完 raid 会给一个特殊奖励。不做 raid 以前是获得赋能的方式，然后第一把它拆了。那么第一现在是真的在考虑让 raid 回来了，你看现在开始问这种问题了。raid 应该从何等级开始？说实话，我觉得 Star Chart 就普通版就可以了，不然搞得太高，新玩家可能没法玩。对，就3爆。就如何让 raid 失败，或者 raid 该如何失败？倒计时终止，无法存活，伤害最低当然不是。Objective 目标太少伤害 ，OK， 就这2个吧。Timer run out， 时间终止或者是玩家无法存活。Have you played New World? Yes， 我完成了。你觉得你在 New World 中游玩其他派系的体验 ？No option， no opinion， 完全没有在乎。Which gameplay segment did you enjoy 什么？你最喜欢它这边哪个派系的游玩体验 Teshin？ 双刀流谁不喜欢呢？你想要什么新的？想要什么新的战甲？辅助坦克伤害，然后这个控场。哇，辅助坦克伤害和控场，我其实都觉得无所谓，能搞个就搞个啥都能干的嘛 ，all rounder。下一个你想看到哪一个华丽皮肤？卡利班、Gauss、Grandos、Lavos、Sevagoth、Wisp 和这票投给我所有的亚瑞利战神们，好吧？想看什么华丽外观，肯定亚瑞利啊！谁在乎上面那些？天呐，我不管，我就投亚瑞利。这个是给所有的我的 Yareli 战神们，好吧，不要再奶我，让我天天计划 Yareli 了，求求了。What customations you want to see most? Sign down, armor set, weapon skins, companion armor set。就你想看到什么样的就是外观？这里有披饰，有护甲套装，有武器皮肤，有同伴的护甲套装，然后飞船的外观、飞船的皮肤以及 Necromech 也就是机甲的皮肤。我希望可以多选啊，我想看到护甲套装，但是好像不缺护甲套装了，就点一个 Necromech 吧。对，我蛮想看一些这个机甲的皮肤的。我们现在有海盗、精灵、吸血鬼 ，Necromancer 是那个叫 亡灵师差不多。Isn't it time for werewolf？ 狼人，哎，我知道第一下一个要出啥了，估计叫狼人，狼人加坦克，哎，老撸啊撸了。Finish this sentence in 在2022年，我们想看到开发者团队 focus more on new weapons。我想看到新的那个新武器。我其实蛮喜欢。哦。Focus more on 那个，我不是想看新武器，我是想看悬崖。不是悬崖的英文是啥来着 ？Lich。New Lich and 我打字不是很快啊，抱歉。我想看到更多的新悬崖武器和那个姐妹武器，还有啥？And maybe that's 哎呀，我打错了，开心。现在第一懂了。Besides Warframe, what else are you playing? Provides only one game. World of Tanks. 除了 Warframe，你还玩啥游戏 ？Anything else you would like to get off your chest? 没有了，我还有啥要说的？没有啥了，把这个交了就行了。好了，2022年的这个民调我交了，然后再看一下2021年的开幕累积，悟空 Prime 以10.09%的使用率吊打全部人。悟空 Prime 以10.09%，不行，我忍不住了，以10.09%的使用率真的吊打所有。然后是Excalibur 这个蛮正常的，毕竟新手玩 Wisp 4.17，我没有想到 Wisp 居然有这么多人玩吗？Wisp 居然有这么多人玩吗 ？Mesa 3.66，女枪3.66，电男3.24，女枪说实话我也没有想到会这么多 ，Zariman 还好3.17，我没有想到 Wisp 居然有这么多人玩4.17，还有啥 Rhino Prime 而且那个普通版的 Vault 啊，毕竟这是新手3选1三幻神之一。Necros 403 2.35，然后猫甲2.33，音乐甲2.30，Octavia 说啥也比我想的多。悟空笑死了。Wisp 枪辅助玩法很强，很厉害的。那来看一下，他们的那个 per rank， 就是那个段位的使用。Banshee 越靠后哦，确实31段那个悬崖武器 Banshee 我可以理解 ，Ash 也是后面比较强，这个也可以理解。那个中段大家就喜欢了。Atlas I don't care about Atlas。Atlas 居然8段玩的比较多，8、9段玩的比较多。Caliban 31段，这个确实，这个没有办法，因为 Caliban 卡在新世之战后面，对，这个很正常。Baruch 的话是20几段在玩 ，Excalibur 是前期在玩的 ，Equinox 也是后期 ，Umbra 是中前期 ，Frost 也是20几段 ，Gara Prime 是30段玩的多。哇 ，Gauss 其实使用率蛮高的，你其实这么一看，你看它这个从14段开始一直都是2连击以上，不是11段基本上就是11段1.99，所以 Gauss 真的你看蛮性感的。Grando I don't care，Hero 无所谓 ，Hero Prime 0.56。 这刚出没有啥看的。Hydroid Prime 哦，今年送的这个想起来了，今年送的 Hydroid Prime， 然后玩家一玩什么垃圾不玩了。Inaros 越到后面使用率越高，这个我也猜到了，毕竟这个战甲越到后面越弹。Evara Prime Limbo Prime Mac Prime Mesa Mesa 玩的其实并不是很多诶，那这个都是点解。那是 Mesa Prime 啊，废，我是个瞎子，我 Mesa 这是 Mesa Prime Prime 还是蛮狠的，没事了。小丑也比我想象的要多诶。Necros 哪吒其实这个战甲可以，很坦的。我现在真的很喜欢 Nova， 然后 Next 没人玩。Octavia Protea Revenant 还行，这些都在意料之内。Rhino 越到后面玩的越少了，也挺真实的。Valkyrie 没多少人玩了。Wisp 真的玩 Wisp 的人好多啊，我真的没有想到。然后悟空，笑了。看看这个主武器，让我猜不。没事了，我还以为布拉玛会很高呢，确实挺高的。伊格尼斯亡魂喷火器排到了 10.18， 这个我也没有想到，说实话。Exultra 是电浆炮 6.9， 布拉玛 6.1， 沙皇 4.5， 沙皇没有起来是因为沙皇是最近才出的，我觉得它在明年会比布拉玛要高。Rubico 是绝路，射度这么高，我不理解。3.64， 我觉得有点高嘞。食人女魔 3.08， 我应该把它弄，是不是应该弄大一点？这样是不是好一些？食人女魔 3.08， 然后刺西希诺斯 2.77。Foreman 是啥来着？我就忘了。那反正总之以上就是Arca Plasma 是那个 C 喷，原海 C 喷。然后这个我就不看了，好吧，这个它武器太多了。接下来是我在期待什么呢？副武器 Kuva Nucor 22.85。预计告辞，晚安宝贝儿。22.85，吊打所有人。食人鱼 4.96。这个是啥？那个藏民对 3.78， 捕月 2.9， 哇，还有人玩捕月呢。循环枪 2.6， 剩下这些都无所谓了。近战对近战其实蛮感兴趣的。驱魔之刃这个应该是 6.13， 破碎战争之剑 5.63， 这俩可以理解，毕竟是主线武器。Conan Prime。这是啥武器啊？我都忘了。Conan Skiajadi 隐身。哇，这些名字说实话我都好熟悉，却好那个啊。关刀 3.74， 战刃 3.55， 诗刃 3.18。救赎者 2.89， 欧特鲁斯 3.24， 这些都还蛮理解，但说实话我就忘了 Strofa 是啥了。那么好了，宝贝们，感谢你的收看，我也去休息了。不是说休息，我也去再回去看一下这个开发者直播，然后从里边看看都有啥东西有没有漏掉的，去做一期总结。感谢你的收看们，我的各位宝贝儿，我是 UZ， 我们下一次再见喽，拜拜。